closing your ears and your nostrils, and I was breathing like this. And everything was silent, and I had this vision. I was in immense space of, I don't know how to call it, but it was, for me, it was magical. Because it was my first experience with that kind of feeling. It was, and then suddenly I went back. It was a book, and I was just reading, and I saw the exercise, and I did it with expecting nothing. I didn't know nothing. And then I tried it again, and it didn't work. Yeah.
But then you realized that it is something special.
Yeah, it was very, very special. It's something I don't forget. I haven't. And it was 20 years ago. From that point forward, it marked my life. Because it was the beginning of searching for something.
Hello, I'm Andreas Schwendener, working as a pastor of Protestant Reformed Church in Switzerland. Sorry that I read my text, my English is not so good. Just before you could hear Salvador explaining a spiritual experience. I'm always interested in learning from people how they have come to the spiritual path. And on occasion I film such testimonies. So recently with Salvador. Salvador, a young man from Mexico, was our guest together with his family. We also talked about religion. 2 spiritual experiences have brought Salvador on the road to the search for God. He had the first experience at the age of 16. He looked through a book about metaphysics which belonged to his sister. There was an exercise to a mandala. This is to be looked at in a special way for 5 minutes in order to close the eyes afterwards and wait. There he experienced for the first time something like a unit experience. We tried to find the mandala on his smartphone, but we couldn't find it. The day before, Salvador told me how this experience with 16 years brought him on the way, searching for God. This we hear now.
I went back, and I was in the bed in my bedroom, and I was, what is this? Oh. I didn't know anything about masters and religion. I was curious, looking at the book of my sister. They were metaphysical, and I was just looking. And from that point, I start like searching for more things. So I was like finding books and everything. And one day I sent a prayer to God. God, I know I'm looking for something. Show me a way. I'm not sure where is it, but I would like to know people that are looking the same as me, or spiritual things. And in that way, things start to come. And then in 1 year or less, I found a Sai Baba center, and they're very near my house. And I start going there, and with the music and everything, I start feeling very good. We start doing service and start meditation and all these practices, and I started to have very nice experiences inside of me, and that's why I continued in that path. So that's a little bit of how I started.
The second experience was a dream in which he looked into the eyes of Master Sai Baba and thereby experienced Brahman. I also wanted to know from Salvador how these experiences are useful for practical life.
Before then, I got some similar experiences but dreaming. Once I dreamt the same, that I was looking at the eyes of Sai Baba, and he was looking at me, and suddenly I was I don't know where, experiencing something, and something told me this is Brahma. Brahma, you know, in Indian philosophy, the Brahma is the essence of life, the creation, the creator. It was a very similar experience of going somewhere with no form, but with too much power, you know, and like awareness, very, very unique, no? And then I went back from that experience, and I was looking to Sai Baba, no? And then I continued the dream, and I was very joyful, telling everyone, you know, I had this experience in the dream, you know. In the dream was like 20 minutes or 30 minutes, the whole dream. And I remember, I think I wrote the dream. The whole experience was like 30 minutes, but it's very similar to the experience I have looking at the mandala. This place.
And you realize that this is something that is very important for your life, or is a goal to go on searching this?
Yes, because it's like something tells you that there's something else, that what we see and we feel every day, that there's a state of consciousness of different something, so that is calling you to seek to get there. And yeah,
yeah, still you are on the way.
Yes, yeah, of course. Yeah. The way never ends, no? There's no beginning and there's no end. No? We are learning. And we have.
And it's also useful for practical life.
Yes.
This experience, it can also confuse you and make you somehow crazy, not to love this world and this real life.
Yeah. But well, in my case, I didn't get confused, because maybe if you don't have information or a guidance, maybe you can get confused. But when you are practicing and you have a guidance of someone, and you have, maybe you're, you know, some way prepared, you take it good, no? You take it as a good experience of something greater than you, and it gives you a lot of joy, you know, because that experience, when you wake up different. It's not like a regular dream that I dreamed this. When you wake up, you feel very different, you know, like a different energy, something. So that's when you notice that, oh, something really happened. So it's not confusing. It's to the contrary, it's helpful. No? It's joy. Yeah.
A short explanation to this video. I appreciate my Protestant Reformed Church in Switzerland that is scientifically oriented, free of confession, and dedicated to the universal priesthood. Every church and every religion has its charism, its strength, its vocation, its contribution to the present world. But fewer and fewer people want to identify themselves with a specific religion or denomination. Today, we get in contact also with other religious cultures. We let us inspire from here and there, and thus lead to our own religious path. Religious groups that promote its vision and practice are the only true, seem to us more and more sectarian. In the globally networked work, we have the opportunity to get inspired by the entire religious heritage of mankind, according to our interests. I myself find more and more that religion is a human constant and must be understood anthropologically from the point of view of man. Man is capable to reflect on deepest questions, and interpreting his life experiences including spiritual experiences. Religion cannot die out, because man cannot flee from transcendence. Transcendency gets him always, finds him always, breaks suddenly and unexpectedly into a life. This vocation to religion, the spiritual path, can happen any time, in quite different ways. This I wanted to show with this video about Salvador. Thank you.